Hey everyone, welcome to the match reaction to what a game. Manchester United won, Everton won. So you obviously you're going to take a point from this game before it kicked off, but just that little bit of more, that little decision by Tom Davies to not take the shot on and bury Manchester United out of the game. Obviously the corner of his eye, he's obviously seen Yerry Mina. How he didn't spot he was in an offside position, I don't know. But just once I saw the ball going into the back of the net, I'm sitting there. I didn't scream at the TV. I didn't celebrate. I just knew. Even the way that Yerry Mina obviously ran away, he looks over and he sees that the linesman at the time didn't put up the flag, and he decides to wheel away as if he's gotten the potential winner of the game. But just when you go back and you see the replays of what Tom Davies, he had so much space. When the ball was slipped through him, he could have kept going on a bit more, and he had De Gea left or right, he could have buried that shot in the back of the net. And I think it was calm on the mighty Blues yesterday. More or less said if that was any other player on the pitch, they would have taken that on. But Tom Davies just, obviously he hasn't got much play time the last while. And we have players like Decore and Alan doing so well, and then he doesn't get the time to express himself. We all know that Tom Davies over the years has had that potential to be something, and he just for some reason has not kicked on that extra gear. And you're wondering, okay, is it time for himself at the age that he is now to move on to a different club to try and get proper, or should I say regular first team football? Because if he does that, then he might develop that bit more. But sitting on the bench at Everton, it's going to be hard for him. But any other player in the pitch, Cam is probably right. He would have, anyone else would have just slotted that into the corner of whatever corner they decided to choose. But very tentative opening minutes. I think that's a bit of sunshine there. Yeah, very tentative opening minutes. Manchester United really had most of the play, including 74% of the possession. But then once we had our first chance, especially that one of the biggest chances of that half was when Fernandes lost the ball and Demarai Gray just stormed on through. And I tell you, he could have went on a bit more, but he decided to take the shot a bit more from distance, and De Gea saved it. But once that kind of went in, Everton were on top. Even in the second half, again, it was a slow start in the second half, but we were on top from that moment on, and we really did deserve to win that game. I bumped into a couple of United taxi driver fans this morning, and they were saying that we were lucky, and I'm like, what game were you watching? Because it certainly wasn't the game that I was watching. The chances were pretty. I'm not saying that Manchester United didn't have chances. Pogba missed one, Martial missed one early on. Obviously Cavani missed one as well. And when you think back, I was always worried. I was worried that Ronaldo was going to get a hat trick against us. I should have realised Martial's still there, and every blasted game he's played for Manchester United against us, he scored against us. But it was nice that Rafa had the tactics right. He knew what he had set out the team to do. I was happy to see Anthony Gordon being on the pitch, and he had a great game. There was actually you couldn't really pick out anyone that had a bad game. Even Luca Digne, we know he hasn't had the best start to the season, but defensively he was really good yesterday. But Decore, Alan, Decore, he's an animal, an absolute animal. And whatever the word Rafa Benitez has said in his ear to say, Decore, you do what you want. I'm giving you the role. I'm giving you the freedom. It's turned him. It's absolutely turned him, and he's had assists, he's had goals. The man has been an absolute machine, and I think it's helped Alan in the game since as well. Obviously, we're not going to leave out the big two at the moment, and regardless what happens this season, if they have a competition of the best signings of the season, these two have got to be in it. Andros Townsend for nothing, Demarai Gray for absolutely nothing. And when the ball broke, we cleared the ball, Gray picks it up, he kind of loses it a bit, but then he runs on, takes on to the United players, and he had no business winning that ball, and he did. He was trying to be muscled off the ball, but he was strong. He held on to it and went on that run, found Decore, and then Decore, you're looking at for a split second, go, oh, what's he going to do here? Please don't lose the ball. But a swift turn and a beautiful spot on ball right through to Andros Townsend, and he puts it in the back of the net. And the icing of the cake, you could have said, okay, Davies got the winner, but for me the icing of the cake was him watching him run over to the corner and do his Ronaldo. Absolutely brilliant. There's a clip of him going up to Ronaldo and saying something to him, possibly about what the celebration he did, and Ronaldo brushed him off and said, like, well, that's what he is. He was a child when he was at Manchester United, and now that he's back there, he's a child once again. All I can say is fair play to him for doing it. He had the balls to do it. The celebrations are not painted, as far as I know, as far as I'm aware. You always see the players doing the heart, doing all these different things for the celebrations, so I can't see why he couldn't do that. But once he did it, my fear was, okay, Ronaldo's going to go up to the end now and score 2 or 3, and thankfully that didn't happen. Ronaldo didn't have the best of games. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, he underestimated us. He thought, okay, we're 5 or 6 players out. If something happens, we go 1-0 down. We have Ronaldo, we have all these different players, Pogba, we can bring them all to turn the game. He obviously just made a mistake, underestimated us, and they paid the price. So, before today's games, we're now 4th in the table. Let's hope Manchester City can obviously beat Liverpool to put pressure on them, and obviously we're going to enjoy. We're into the international break now, and hopefully Calvert-Lewin, Coleman, Richarlison will all be fit for the West Ham game. Until then, guys, enjoy the 1-1 victory as far as I'm concerned. Stay blue.